If you've clicked on this video, I think it's safe to say that you have gone astray, at least once in your life. Everyone has gone astray in whatever it may be, whether it be life, the pursuit of something, of morals, whatever it may be. We are human beings, and I believe everyone at some point has gone astray. But as Meister Eckhart says in his book, The Selected Writings, is the Penguin Classic translation, and I really like it. I'm not completely done it yet. I'm a little over halfway, but in the early pages, this really stuck out to me, and I've been thinking about it the last few days. And rarely people achieve great things without first going astray. And how true that is. Think about all the people who have ever achieved great things in whatever field it may be. Mostly all of them, in one way or another, have gone astray. And I believe going astray is honestly beneficial to achieving great things. I believe it is beneficial because if you do not go astray and you do not see the other side while you aren't going astray, you will be tempted to go astray. But if you've gone astray and you realize that is not for you, that path is not for you, that path is not going to give you anything worthwhile, then you can completely discard it. And you don't need to have it in the back of your head looming, because the path that goes astray it looks fun. It's easier. People look like they're having a good time. They're not working as hard as you. They're not as committed as you, disciplined, consistent in things that you're trying to or are trying to be improved upon. It looks easier. The life looks better. But once you go to that side, then you can realize that it's not for you, that it is not a place you want to stay long. And once you have this realization, when you get back on the path, when you steer back on the right way, you're able to, whenever the thought of going astray comes, you're able to recall from memory times which you did go astray and how you felt and how you now know that is not the answer. And you now know that it may look good, it may look fun in the moment, but after the fact, it is not. And after the fact, you have to live with yourself and live with the decisions you've made and live with the actions that you have done. And there's no way you can be at peace when you're living not in accordance with your nature and your will. And another thing Meister Eckhart says in this book, which I really enjoy, is he calls it a pagan master. And he's talking about how he has a prayer and he says, God, give me the will to will as you will. And I believe that is so beautiful. Because if you have a will and align with God's will, then you will never be met with obstructions. And even if you stray off the course, even if you steer off, you can come to realize that it was God's will so that you can see the other side and, look at the bright side of the time you spent astray. Because there is a bright side, like I was saying. You now know that is not your path. But if you have not gone astray, us humans are curious. And you would be so curious about that other path where by looks, it looks better. It looks like there's more pleasure. It looks like there's less work, more fun, less discipline. From the outside looking in, when you're going through a rough patch, that looks very, warm, looks very welcoming. So you need these experiences, and as long as you can look at them through a scope of happening for you and not to you, then you will bear them nobly, and you will bear them correctly, and you will be able to become better for them happening, and not be able to and you'll be able to not be hung up on these things, and not be able to move forward, because you will see that this happened for you and not to you. And now that you realize that your path is not there, that going astray is not where you need to be, and it happens to everybody, then you will be able to veer back on the right course. And when times get hard, you will be able to stick your course, because you know things may look good, things may look easy on the other side, but they aren't. In the long run, they're harder. And in the long run, they're not for you. So remember, you know, almost anyone who's achieved success, and I would go as further to say anyone who's achieved success has gone astray at least one time in their life. So if you've gone astray, don't let that crush you, because everyone's gone astray.